Tuesday night hockey here in the high school hockey ranks here on the Prep. We are at Francis J. McCann Arena here at University Liggett. The number 8 team in the state in Division III, the Knights of Liggett, welcome in their Metro League East Division rivals, the Yellow Jackets of Detroit Country Day, here on the Prep. Great to have you with us, Ben Holden, Fred Pletch. Good to see you again, Fred. We were together on Saturday downtown in Detroit. Now we're a little bit further east. We've got a little high school game here. Coming down to crunch time as the playoffs are right around the corner for both these teams. And we'll start with the visitors, Country Day. They're on a run they haven't had all year.
Well, it's that time of the year when you want to be playing your best hockey, and that's certainly the case with the Country Day Yellow Jackets. As you said, 6-1-1 in their past 8 games. They lost to this Liggett team 6-0, a game played back on January 10th, but they didn't have their leading scorer in Ryder Novak. So I know Country Day coach Frank Novak, the dad of the star player, is hoping this will be a different game with him in the lineup.
On the other side, the home side, Colin Smith's in his second year coaching this Liggett team. They've won state championships. It's been a while. They may have another team like that this year. Time will tell. They got a lot of firepower. They've got every layer of their team is a pretty solid group.
Yeah, and I think you want to be at your best. They've got 10 seniors, and that bodes well for them.
All right, we'll have a lot more coming up here from Liggett. Time out here. We'll come back and drop the puck here on the Prep.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Welcome back here to Grosse Pointe University Liggett. And the home team will be in their white uniforms tonight. Country Day, the road team in the blue and the gold uniforms. Dustin Nelson, Martin Vanderhagen are the referees. Matt Cowan, he is the linesman. Liggett, 14 wins on the season. 9-13-1 for Country Day. And nothing like having a hot team at the end of the season. We'll see if that continues tonight for Country Day, or Liggett will have their way once again in this game. Fred, as you mentioned in the open there, a pretty convincing win the first time they met, but it was a different team that Frank Novak had back then.
Yes, and they've got everybody healthy, everybody back ready to go, and meantime the Liggett Knights trying to keep their record perfect. In the Metro East Division, they are 6-0, so 2 games away from going undefeated in regular season play in their own division.
Hockey game underway, and Fred and I have literally a front row seat here for this game here tonight. We appreciate the hospitality here as a shot's whistled wide there from Doc Riley. Bonner Upshaw is the goaltender for Detroit Country Day. Ben Werman is the goaltender at the other end for Liggett. His numbers are very good. And you know the old adage, Fred, we've both been around this game long enough. It always starts from your net out. Both these teams have good goaltenders at this point in time of the season.
Yeah, and crazy athleticism for Bonner Upshaw.
Yep.
6'5", 210. The Country Day goalie headed to Utah on a scholarship, but a lacrosse scholarship.
That is something special. Great program Marcus Holman has there. Was a college All-American, pro player, and On the Liggett side, they've got a handful of guys. There's a shot that's deflected off of Werman. They've got a handful of players on their club that are outstanding lacrosse players as well. Back in behind the goaltender for Liggett. Graham Jacob getting the nod here tonight. My apologies. Late change for the starting netminder for the Knights.
Yeah, I thought the senior Ben Werman was going to play, but they go to the other senior.
Yep.
And that is Graham Jacob, who catches with the right hand. So,
yep.
Southpaw goalie. If you have two good ones, you use them both, and that's what head coach Colin Smith has decided to go with tonight.
Draw to the right here of Jacob. One back, and Liggett will try to rim this puck around. Sent around by their captain, Drew Johnson, who is a big young lad, 6'2" and 225. He's got it now, lead feed, looking up the middle. Off the skate, though, of Gary Stacy, the intended target. Stacy, an incredible athlete, plays 3 sports here at Liggett. Very good in football. Here's Johnson over the line. Unable to maintain possession, and Country Day slides it back through center. Many multi-sport athletes on both sides here tonight in this one.
Liggett really likes to push the pace. They'll be aggressive on the forecheck, and when they get the puck in their own zone, a real north-south quick transition team.
Right at the line, that was Landon Maltby, the son of former Red Wing Kirk Maltby, who was a part of the coaching staff for Liggett. Not here tonight. We were told doing a little scouting. He's also works for the Red Wings in that regard. He has for a long time since he retired. Now in over the line, it's Luke Slanik. Rimmed all the way around and back outside. Fired right back in for the D from Liggett. Good pressure in there on the puck by Nick Gold. 5'10", 170. Leads their club in goals with 17, and we got a whistle here. 13:48 to go in period 1. 17-minute periods here in the high school ranks.
And 17-minute periods, you know, you can at any level shorten your bench early, but it's beneficial, I think, to be able to have 4 good lines and just roll them. You know, you get into playoffs, yeah, you can do that stuff, but this is still a developmental level. You would hope everybody plays all the time.
Yep. Sent down, icing, it'll come all the way back down. Unlike college and professional hockey, you ice the puck, you can change here in the high school ranks.
Can change, and you don't get to pick what side you want the face-off on.
Right.
It's from the side the puck is shot down the ice from.
Yep. Liggett with a good chance there as Gold got a backhander, and it was steered away by Upshaw. 6'5" and 210. He's small by family standards. His father is 6'10". He's a pro basketball player back in his day.
Well, I'm sure if he chose, he could take a run at being a goalie in junior next year.
Yeah.
And take it from there with his athleticism, with his size, but you always go with your passion.
That's right.
And you can have fun playing other things. Looks like lacrosse is that young man's passion.
He's a long pole, a defenseman in lacrosse. Now a loose puck, dangerous play here as Marshall nearly came in and got it. Country Day will get it, play it up the wing, and now they'll look to work their way through center. That was Ryland Crozier. Scored some big goals for them. That puck looked like it went up and hit the heating duct, and now they're going to blow it dead. It did, and the draw will be to the right of the goaltender, Graham Jacob here.
Ryland Crozier with a good rush. He can get up the ice in a hurry. His dad, college hockey player. Dad Steve played at Brown University. Big games like this, you need your top players to produce.
Frank Novak's guys have done that lately. And just 3 wins before the calendar flipped, and they have turned it on. These young guys remember that last meeting, a 6-0 win for Liggett. Rimmed around, and now Liggett will stride back and going back to get it. Austin Aller, couple of goals this season, 8 points for him. Key part of their D-core.
One of the seniors, one of 10 seniors, stalwart on the back end, can be very, very physical when the occasion necessitates it.
It's a shot through. A good job by him right on cue to get that shot to the net. That's always so critical, but it's covered up here and held by Upshaw. You know his dad real well. You worked with him many games back in the CCHA. His dad is here, proud dad, and brought son Austin over to meet you and I before the game, so that was pretty cool for Austin and for us too.
Yeah, Rob, longtime employee at Fox Sports Detroit, and went to Tampa. He's got a couple of Stanley Cup championship rings from his days producing the Lightning games, and I'm told that young Austin's 05 and 07 teams got to go to Tampa and take in a Lightning game and meet all the stars, past and present. What a thrill for those young men.
Yeah, that's really cool stuff. And faceoff's going to come back to center here. And what a venue they've got here. There are only 3 high schools in the state of Michigan that have their own rinks on the campus of their school. This one here, of course, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We see them a lot, and we have over the years here on the prep as this puck is iced. And Cranbrook is the other one. I mean, what a luxury, what a benefit for these young men that are playing. They've got a really good women's program here. It's pretty cool and a very unique thing, and they know they're very fortunate to have it.
Yeah, last time I was here, kind of dating myself, the year Austin Matthews was selected #1 overall by the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was on a Saturday. On Monday, he was here working with his skills coach, Darryl Belfry. So I want to talk about commitment, what it takes to get to the next level and shoot the puck like Austin Matthews. Well, never a day off.
That's right. There are none. Stapleton swipes it back for the D onto the stick there of Ryan Cordaro. Glove down here by Country Day, and a shot there, a quick shot fired in by Mika Zaks. No points in his first 8, but he has really stepped up his play. Centering attempt there.
Yeah, Zaks with some good grit, some good determination. The greasy goal seems to be the ones you get at this time of year, and that's his forte.
Another icing here, and well, I mean, his coach, Frank Novak, told you and I about him. He said he's kind of like Ray Shepard in a way. Remember when he said that? Here's the standings in the Metro League East. You see where all these teams stack up, and Liggett right at the top of the heap. Big campaign. They're making a push here late in the season. D-zone draw for them here. Toward the front of the goal, and good job by Jacob to stay with it there. Now Liggett unable to get it through center. Fired right back in off the end of the glass there at the end of the Liggett bench. Back inside their defensive zone here. Neither team yet with really any, what I would call, Fred, any quality chances here yet in the game.
No, and I think the longer it stays that way, the more it favors the visitors. They come in as underdogs, haven't scored a goal against this Liggett team yet this season, even though just one meeting, but
yep.
You have to take care of the defensive side of the puck before you head the other way.
That's right. They've got it now on that far side. Turned the puck over, went onto the waiting stick of Tommy Denna. Now turned back over on its center, and Drake Griffin looked like he took a stick there under the chin. Looks to be all right. Makes the pass into the middle. Right at the line. Stayed on side as Gary Stacy. Big number 6 out there. Worked it in. Now Aller trying to keep this puck alive. Stacy's got it. Strong. Great athlete. How about the pass between the legs to Gold? And Gold got a shot off that right pad on the ice of Bonner Upshaw. So a good job by Upshaw. Now Country Day, they'll counter back the other way. Low shot sticked away there by Graham Jacob. Played into the middle. Gold trying to get a handle on it. Unable to do so. D to D, they turn it up. and turn it over right up the middle. Now the puck comes free to Gold, and it goes in. Off the pad, and it went past the goaltender, Bonner Upshaw, and Gold strikes first. It's a 1-0 lead as Liggett draws first blood.
Yeah, the pass goes from the boards up the middle, and it's picked off. And a 1-on-2 situation. The puck carrier got stopped, a little poke check. It goes right back to Gold and a quick shot. And Matt may be looking the way to beat the big netminder, Bonner Upshaw. Keep it right along the ice, keep her low.
18th of the season for Nick Gold. Striking the iron first here for Liggett. Icing called again as they look to stretch it up that right wing side, but unable to gather it in was Griffin Marshall. 10 seniors on this Liggett team, and that's critical no matter what level you're playing, high school, college. You got those veteran players, it's always a big thing. They've been around, they know the system, they know the drill, they know the coaches. It's always a thing that can help you have a great season.
Yeah, that been there before, been there, done that factor. You can't underestimate it, especially in pressure situations, because there's no substitute for experience.
Ben Johnson carried the puck out, played it on the right wing. Liggett, here they come again. Another good look, and Upshaw had to be ready and was. That shot, though, a little bit high and wide of the target. Into space. Liggett, good speed to get down there, but a good job recovering to take that away by Mason Marcus, their top defenseman. 5'7", 150, and Frank Novak said he's fearless. He plays a lot bigger than his size and his measurements. Here comes Liggett again, trying to get their speed going. Shot off a leg. Reeled in by Sawyer Schilling, and up ice comes Country Day. Trying to play it back there, looking for Ryder Novak. To the left wing side, hammered right back out by Country Day. They're going to say that touched the netting. Looked like it did to our left, and bring this back.
Yeah, I think they're bringing it back all the way. I don't think the puck carrier quite hit the red line before it was shot the length of the ice. Country Day trying to find a way to get a quality chance against the junior netminder, or the senior netminder, Graham Jacob.
Nothing has really come that way yet. You're right. Trying to work, and the puck ended up on the stick there of Blake Schock. High marks from his coach, Colin Smith. Said he does everything you ask him to do. There he is, makes the play, gets it down the wall. Kubitz there, makes a good move. Can't maintain possession, but now does. And looks like the net was dislodged there, the left post.
See if the Knights can get that speed game going for them. Their coach said, we like to be aggressive, we hunt pucks, we got a quick north-south transition game, but our gift is our speed. We have to use that as much as possible.
How about the move from Gary Stacey there? And a great job by Upshaw, robbed him with a right pad. Puck back into the Liggett end. Country Day, they're hunting the puck here. They trying to get it out in front. Unable to maintain possession. Came up on the stick of Alex Masick. Yellow Jackets send it in. They're going to have to tag up, and they do, to get back on side. Possessed here by Liggett. Stacey on the backhand. Kubitz sends it in deep. Change here for Liggett. 6:35 to go in the period. 1-0 on the goal by Nick Gold.
And that goal, Nick Gold, is 18th of the season, as you said, assisted by number 18, Griffin Marshall. So that's the combination of the two top scorers on this Liggett Knights team getting together for the game's first goal.
Big production out of that group, no question about it, all year. Haller unable to keep that in, left point. Now speeding in Country Day with some numbers. Fired wide of the target there by Parker Hopkins. All the way back out, but the Yellow Jackets have it on their stick. Slowed at the line, no entry. Good play by Aller. Closing that play off there, is trying to work his way in, was Harry Spencer. Back out to center. Puck free. Riley backhands it, but onto a Country Day stick of their defenseman. Now some good pressure here from Liggett. Schilling. Weaving his way down the ice to the red, dumps it in. Steered away by Jacob. Not out, kept in by Country Day. They're going to go on the hunt here and try to keep this puck in, get a little pressure on. Liggett glassing out when all else fails, right? Griffin trying to work his way by Mason Marcus. And then a big hit by Griffin there on Marcus. Stacy. The goaltender came out. He thought the penalty was going on Liggett. Oh, that could have been a disaster.
Delayed penalty. And Bonner Upshaw was certain that the penalty was against Liggett. He headed to the bench. How soon did he go?
He's gone.
Big Stacy had the puck in the corner. He didn't know the goalie was gone because the big guy, 6'1", 200, he just could have bull rushed to the net out of the corner. I don't think anybody could have stopped him.
Nope.
So a big early PK here for the Yellow Jackets of Country Day. Shots on goal early, 7-2 for Liggett. And the penalty, 2 minutes for interference on number 22, Mason Marcus.
So the first power play in the hockey game comes up here inside of 5 to play. 4:50 to be exact, 9 seconds have elapsed. We'll drop this puck again here. 4 forwards and 1 D out there for Liggett on the power play. Drew Johnson, their captain, is the lone D man. Johnson now flipping it in. He'll give chase. Liggett's got it up top. Marshall. Patiently waiting. Slanting into the corner. Far side circle. Good shot there by Gold. Good stop from Upshaw. 50 seconds gone in the power play. They look to center it out in front. Unable to. Marshall with it. And Johnson up top if he wants him, and he sends it that way. Slanik down low with it. Player went down. I think that's where they wanted to go there.
Yeah, they keep trying to give and go from the left point, and if they cover the player heading for the net, then somebody's open on the far flank, and they've used it once, trying to get it a second time. Puck up and out of play with 42 seconds left in the penalty to Marcus.
That net came off again on Bonner Upshaw, so both special teams units will get fresh bodies back onto the ice.
There's that seam play we just showed. Alex Gold. Left shot on the right side.
Liggett now with 35 to go in the power play. Good low shot from Schock. Missed the net though. Country Day battling away. Good job out of them to get it down. They'll have a chance here for one last push.
Doesn't matter what league it is, if you get 3 consecutive tape-to-tape passes, usually results in a scoring chance, and it did right there with the bomb from the point.
Yep. Free in the corner. Dying seconds now. The power play here for Liggett. Final 5 seconds. Schock up top. Challenge there. Good job. Aggressive work on the PK, and that one off the heel of Landon Maltby's stick. Country Day able to kill it off. We're back to 5-on-5 here. So a pretty good job from Country Day in the PK standpoint. What'd you think of the power play from Liggett?
There was some good puck movement, mostly periphery, but you got to deliver pucks on net and look for rebounds.
Yellow Jackets trying to carry on the momentum from that PK here with 2.5 to go here in the opening period. 1-0 on the 18th of the year by Nick Gold for Liggett. That's been it in terms of scoring. Liggett team among the very best in the Metro League when it comes to scoring. Aller at the line. Gary Stacey trying to take this puck, unable to. Now played ahead. Ryland Crozier. Crozier comes in and scores. What a bullet from Crozier. And they do, Fred. They take the PK momentum and they get a goal to tie it with 2:03 to go in the first.
Crozier his 9th, or make it his 13th of the season. The penalty gets killed off. They go 2-on-2. Crozier takes it wide. He's a left shot, protects, and buries it right along the ice here late in the opening period. I thought it was going to be a good first period after the penalty kill for Country Day. Go to the room just down a goal. Instead, it's better than that.
Now Ryder Novak. Puck in deep below the goal line. Really the guy that's the engine of their team, trying to get a stick on that. Crozier's another guy too that Frank Novak talked about. He said he's a next level guy at this level of hockey. And he showed it right there with a bullet of a shot. Here comes Liggett now. Kubitz gets in, and the puck just would not settle for him. He's taken into the corner there. Up top, Landon Maltby takes a look and missed high on the glove side. Country Day gets it out to center. 80 seconds and counting to go in the period. Marcus swings it back around. There with his D partner Sawyer Schilling. Yellow Jackets trying to win the battle. Came free to them. Schilling gives it off. Right wing side. They enter the zone. The shot up high. Glove down and held by Graham Jacob.
Well, we've talked about the 10 seniors on this Liggett team. Just a couple of sophomores. One of them, the biggest guy on the team, Andrew Kubitz, 6'4", 190.
Wow.
And his coach says, yeah, he's a sophomore, but he's not afraid to speak up in the room when necessary.
I'm sure the guys listen to it. That's size.
That's 6. I was just going to say that. 6'4", 190. When the big lad talks, everybody better listen.
It's a lot of big young lad. Final 50 seconds here in period 1. Nick Gold unable to gather that puck in. He'll let the D handle it. Right in front of us. We're about 8 feet from him. We got a front row vantage point here. Francis J. McCann Arena here at Liggett High School. Arm in the air. Penalty is being called. And it's going to be on Liggett.
Luke Slanik get the signal here from the referee. Roughing, as he was a little too enthusiastic in finishing his check along the boards on the Yellow Jackets forward. So 29.2 seconds with which to work for the Yellow Jackets.
Plenty of time if they can keep it in the zone. They'll have one chance here to push it up the ice with about 20 seconds remaining. Otherwise, plenty of time to begin period 2 on clean ice. Good entry up that left side. Plenty of speed. Crozier with it. Up to the line now. Final seconds here. Shot in. Novak with a good shot from right in the middle of the rink. Takes a glance at the clock and realizes that there's not enough time, but a solid first period in terms of the finish for the road team here. They kill the power play. They get the goal from Crozier after Gold scored for Liggett. We're 1-1 after one period.
And then they draw a penalty to go on the power play in a A good last shift by the leading scorer, one of the leading scorers, Ryder Novak, as he took the puck right to the middle and got the shot away. The goal scorer for Country Day was Rylan Crozier, with assists going to number 7 Parker Hopkins and number 17 Ryder Novak. So they got the job done in the PK, transitioned up ice and tied the score. So good start for the home team, good finish for the visitors in that opening 20.
Indeed. So one period in the books here from Liggett. We got a lot of sponsors we want to tell you about here tonight on the broadcast. PGS Dentistry, go figure, we've got a dentist at a hockey game. That's perfect. That's great advertisement, great placement. Check them out on social media, and you can check them out as well online. Evolutionary Management, construction and property management firm that services Grosse Pointe and the Metro Detroit area. They are fully licensed and insured. You can check them out. You see their website there. And the Knights, local travel baseball club that plays and trains out of University Liggett School right here in Grosse Pointe. The Michigan Knights provide first-class coaching and facilities to help young players reach their full potential on and off the field, and all the ways you can contact them there on the bottom of the screen. We'll take a timeout. Plenty more coming your way after one here. It's a 1-1 tie between Liggett and Detroit Country Day.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
And welcome back as we're joined by Country Day head coach Frank Novak. And Frank, your team 6-1-1 in the past 8 games. So what has changed for this club as the calendar flipped?
Well, I think it's a lot of things have changed. The younger guys are buying into the system, and they find the simple hockey is most effective for us. As you know, we're not the most talented team, but when we play simple and do the little things, Like I tell the guys, you watch, at any level, the simple things work the best, and they bought into that, and we're getting some secondary scoring. Our top line has been fantastic all year, and our 3 seniors have just done a great job of being leaders, and the guys continue to follow their example, and it's been huge for us.
Yeah, you mentioned just 3 seniors, so a really young team, and I like the move you made. I think you've taken 4 forwards and moved them back to D. Tell us what went into that.
Well, we were kind of throwing darts at a dartboard at that point in time, just trying to maximize the ability and the talent of all our guys in that, and we caught lightning in a bottle with the moves, and we've stayed with it, and it's given us the best chance to win. And the selflessness of the guys has been great. They put their ego at the door, as a lot of them have never played D or forward their whole life, and here they come out and switch, and they've done a very good job for us.
One of the things I love about high school hockey is you get athletes, just good athletes playing the sport. Might not be their number one sport, could be their number one sport. They could moving on, but let's start with your goalie, Connor Upshaw.
Yes, Bonner's a tremendous athlete. He's committed to D1 lacrosse. He could be a D1 football player, and I continue to tell him he reminds me of Cooper Black back in the Alpena days, just with his size, and with today's NHL of 6'5", 6'6" type goalies and his athleticism, it's really special what he can do. And then you talk about athletes. At Country Day, you have to play another sport, and a lot of these guys, this isn't their number one sport. It's lacrosse, it's baseball, it's other things. And for them to come out here and give it their all and try and do the things we ask, it's not an easy feat, but yet they still dig in and try and do what's best for the team.
So Bonner committed to Utah to play lacrosse. Someone who's focusing on hockey is your son, Ryder. He missed a few games, but he's back now and producing.
Yeah, he's back, and we had scored 1 goal in the 4 games that he was gone, and he's the straw that stirs that drink. He leads our team in block shots and hits, his physicality, and I also got to compliment Ryland Crozier, his line mate. As I said, watching them 2 play together, they play the game the right way, 200 feet, and the team goes as they go, and they have been outstanding as a duo this year.
So one final question for you. Back-to-back state champs, 2018-19, I believe. Who are some of the players that you're proud of that have moved on or making a name for themselves, I guess, at a higher level? Yeah,
well, we had Sammy Vola, Mr. Hockey, who's at Bowling Green. We had a handful of guys. Jacob Thomas was a USHL draft pick. Gino Sessa, North American League. And then we had a couple guys just go play at Hope and Grand Valley where, they were happy, and they basically said, high school is my final ultimate stop, and they sure played like that. And Dallas Hood, phenomenal captain. Mickey Van Antwerp, guys like that just, they knew it was the end. And unfortunately, the guys, some of them, it didn't work out for them. But Logan Gotinsky won a national championship last year at Hobart, which Division III hockey is tremendous, and people don't realize how good that level is. But we just had a great mix of talent, of hard workers, and goaltending. And, the combination was deadly them 2 years. And I still am disappointed of the COVID year when they canceled the Final Four, because that was our best team that we had, and we would have had a very good shot of a three-peat. And it just breaks my heart that them kids didn't get a chance to do it.
Frank Novak, head coach of Country Day. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. A great time of year. Playoffs just around the corner. Good luck down the stretch.
Thanks, Fred, and welcome you and Ben. As we talked earlier, you guys are 2 of the best, and I remember you used to do my games, and what an honor it is to have you guys here tonight.
Okay, lots of fun. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back here on the Prep. Ben Holden, Fred Pletch, and all of our crew here in a 1-1 game here. Tuesday night hockey. It's University Liggett 1 and Detroit Country Day 1. Smokey G Smokehouse. They're downtown Detroit. You can reach him for all your catering needs. 313-693-2533. I've had some of that here on many of these prep broadcasts. They cater the meals. It's fantastic stuff.
Speaking from experience,
I
are
am.
you?
Yeah.
Village Nutrition. Fuel your day with healthier choices. I think we're all in agreement. We should do that, and with Village Nutrition's help, you can accomplish that goal.
And A1 Performance and Fitness, you can keep it going. Keep that health kick going. They're on Mack Avenue in Detroit. You can check them out on social media and online as well. Get you in some better shape and feeling better about yourself mentally and physically as well. Appreciate all the sponsors here on the broadcast of high school hockey here on the Prep. Chad Bush and his crew do a great job. Fred, let's look back at some of the key moments from period one.
First goal of the game coming off the stick of Nick Gould. Some power play action first as big Gary Stacy, 6'1", 200. Here's the goal. Gould just following up and ripping one low. Found that gap as the two defensemen converged to stop the puck carrier. And then again, Gary Stacy right off the faceoff. Coaches want him to shoot more. There's the first penalty of the game, a roughing minor, and you can see the goalie thought it was against the other team. He left the net. And here's the goal. Just down the line was Crozier on the left side, and both goals keep it right along the ice.
Indeed they do, and a big finish to that first period for Detroit Country Day. Clean sheet of ice thanks to Al Sabatka, the legendary Zamboni man here in Detroit. We'll come back after a break and get period two underway.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
All right, this is Adam, take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All your realty needs can be handled by W.C. Collins. You can reach out to Kathleen Ciccarella. Number there on the screen, 586-907-1140. She'll help you out with all of your realty needs. Kathleen Ciccarella.
Also the Grill House, where great times are a sure thing. Whenever you're in the area, St. Clair Shores, make sure you stop in at Gawk's Grill House.
Might hit that on the way out of town here. Looking good there. And again, all of our sponsors, we appreciate what they do here on the Prep. And Growing Smiles, pediatric dentistry and orthodontics. So important for the young ones. Check them out online and on social media as well. Good to have you with us wherever you're watching on the Prep tonight. Ice is ready to rock and roll. 1-1 game after the opening frame. 17-minute periods here in the high school ranks, and Fred will have 131 of carryover time on this power play. So the old adage, the first 2 minutes and end of each period, start of each period big. This will be a big moment one way or the other in this second period here as Country Day will start with a man advantage.
And goals in the first period from the leading scorers on each team, as Nick Gould got his 17th, make it his 18th, and Rylan Crozier tying it up for Country Day with his 13th shots on goal, 9-5 in Liggett's favor in the first period, and they also enjoyed a 14-6 advantage in the faceoff circle.
Second period underway. Liggett, number 8 team in Division III in the state of Michigan. 14 wins on the season. That pass they fanned on. Country Day, 9 wins. Look out, Stacy comes in. He's taken down. That's going to be a penalty, and we'll go 4-on-4 here for another 105, barring any other penalties. The Country Day 6-1-1 in their last 8 coming in, Fred.
Well, maybe one of those penalties of the good variety definitely took away a scoring chance, a shorthanded scoring chance, but you take your team off the power play, you had that momentum from the penalty kill, from the goal, and then going on the power play, and now you're going to skate 4-on-4. I'm not a big believer in momentum carrying on from one period to another.
Yep.
I always say it's a shift-by-shift thing.
I agree with that. Tough when you're sitting around and you lose said momentum. Sticked away there by Bonner Upshaw. The big 6'5", 210-pound netminder. 4-on-4 here for another 40 seconds, barring any other penalties. And then Liggett, they'll head to an abbreviated power play for just under a minute. Into the net they come, and they go hard into the goaltender, and there is a penalty. And the goaltender, Graham Jacob, got absolutely flattened in there. And that was the captain of this Country Day team, Ryder Novak. You talk about going hard in the net. That's a little too hard.
Yeah, that was a meet the puck at the far post play. And Ryder Novak was going to get there any way he could regardless. And as Jacob, the goalie, transferred from right to left, as he got to the far post, Ryder Novak arrived there at the same time. And we'll get a penalty. 2 minutes at least for goalie interference. Charging. You can take your pick of a few.
Frank Novak, the head coach, in there pleading his case. You and I both saw him playing college his days at Western Michigan. He was as tough as anyone in that era. Gonna fight for every inch.
Yeah, it has that fire hydrant build.
Yes.
Tough to knock off the puck. Played for some great coaches over the year.
Yep. So a momentum changing penalty call there. So now power play here. Liggett looking back door. Looking there to set up Blake Schock, the D. Johnson wants it up top. Gets it. Swings it down low. Cross ice look. They gather it in over there. That's Gary Stacy. Snaps a shot. Off the mark. Johnson's got it up top now.
5-on-3.
Yep. 5-on-3 for another 45 seconds. Johnson to Schock, takes a look instead. Back to Johnson. Johnson with a shot through traffic, had a screen in front. Schock jumps down the wall. Half a minute to go in the 5-on-3 now. Schock, long distance shot, and it's gobbled up by Upshaw.
But what's so important on a 5-on-3 is timing. And as the puck transferred to the right side, the shot was taken before there was any movement to get traffic in front of a 6'5" Bonner Upshaw. If he sees it like that, I mean, at the size of him, his target area is much bigger, has that enhanced blocking radius, I call it, when you're 6'5".
I mean, he's NHL size.
Yeah.
Literally.
And you can tell what an outstanding athlete he has. And I can just tell he hasn't played goal his whole life.
Right.
Just some of his technique, but the pure athleticism stands out for certain.
Dying seconds of the first minor penalty on Country Day, so they get one killed. Here they come short-handed. Crozier with a good look. And that one gobbled up down low by Graham Jacob. So 31 seconds to go in the power play. It's now a 5-on-4 for Liggett.
Yeah, good neutral zone poke check by Crozier. He went in, and he had Zach's cutting in on the right side, and he had the ice awareness, did Crozier, to take a look. Side was covered, so on the PK, he was just going to take a shot and get a stoppage. Good play.
Ozone draw here for Country Day, shorthanded. They don't win it. Liggett trying to work their way up ice, but having some trouble there is Blake Schock handling it. Now ahead for Slanik. Slanik gets it over the line. Good stick there. Aller comes in, picks it up, throws it right at the net. They'll get a draw to the right coming up here of Bonner Upshaw. They've got 15 on the power play to work with.
And good smart play. That's just game management by Bonner Upshaw. Hey, let's get a face-off. Let's get organized. 15 seconds left, and we've got this two-man advantage that we face killed off completely. Only Novak is left in the box.
See the bio and some of the highlights over the years of Liggett and their program. Back out in front, the puck comes. And down the ice it goes, and that's going to do it. So a bang-up job from Country Day, down 2 men, and they kill it. Look out, Novak right in! That one off the bar. Oh, what a look, and it hit the referee in the side of the head. Now Gary Stacey back in. Here he comes. Upshaw there. The game opening up here. Centering attempt. Country Day. They got a 2-on-1 here. 3-on-1 if they hurry. But a good job coming back. Pass is over. Go back across, and they can't finish. Wow, the end-to-end action here. The most we've seen in the game. Gary Stacey comes in. Had it knocked off of his stick. Both teams opening the game up. Puck played ahead there in the vicinity of Zach's. Into the corner, he centered it. Novak there trying to get a piece of it, unable to. Now Gary Stacey. Another shot right at Bonner Upshaw. Took it off the chest, knocked it away. Crozier now on the wing, some speed coming in. Good stop there made by Graham Jacob. So all of a sudden, Fred, we get a little wide open action.
Yeah, both teams' top lines going head-to-head. Chances at both ends. Big Gary Stacey, 6'1", 200. And he is all everything in baseball, football, and hockey. And then coming back the other way, it was Mika Zachs getting the puck back, intended for Frank Novak, who slowed things down across the line and waited for Zachs to get that lane to the net. Good poise by Novak, and the return pass, the D was there to intercept.
Gary Stacey, you mentioned, and he was featured here on the Prep 2 or 3 times this past season. There's a big juicy rebound, came back out, and another chance. Slanik is absolutely robbed. Upshaw kept this game 1-1 on that save. Back to Stacey in a moment.
Yeah, he hasn't spit out too many rebounds, but that one there to Slanik and big Bonner Upshaw. You know, psychologically at this level, you don't face many goalies that size.
No.
So when you look up,
It's a good point.
where's the hole?
Yeah, I mean, we both meant what we said a couple of minutes ago. He is the size of a lot of NHL goalies. He's bigger than a lot of NHL goalies in terms of his frame and his size.
Yes, I mean, 6'2" now is the barrier.
That's
to
average,
entry
right?
To being an NHL goalie.
Yeah.
You're going to get the odd UC Saros who's 6 feet.
Yep.
But that's the exception. Most of the guys now that are getting drafted are 6'2" at minimum, and they're all the way up to 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, it's amazing. Gary Stacey's back out. I'll finish up on him, and just talking about him and asked his coach about him. I told him, you know, I'd done a couple of his football games here. He said he's done with sports. He's like, he's just a mature young guy. He wants to get on with his life. You and I had a quick chat with him pregame, and coming back here, a good job back checking there, turned in by Kubitz, but he's going to go to Michigan. He said he may try to walk on the football team there, and I would not put it past him to make it, having seen him play football. And he told us, he said, hockey's the sport I've played the longest. Here he is right in. And Upshaw's there. The net comes off. And man, you are seeing it here, Fred, in his shifts. Everything is hard at the net from number 6.
And the coaches this week told us they wanted to see big number 6 shoot more. And I think that message has certainly been well received.
Sent and received.
By Gary Stacey, because by my count, he's got at least 6 shots in this game.
I held up 5 in my hand. Fred said 6, so he's got the stats there, and that's what it is.
I'll just go by his number.
Oh.
We'll go 6.
Well, we saw a guy at Saturday in our game that we did, Michigan State. Isaac Howard had 10 in that game. Would not put it past Stacey to reach that mark. He's on the puck again, taking over. Another quick snapper, and the puck came down. Stacey in there again. Now, if you're Country Day, you need some kind of pushback here. Ryder Novak pressuring the puck. Played ahead now. Dreyer had it off his stick. Yellow Jackets clear the zone, but it's back onto the stick of the captain, Drew Johnson of Liggett. Took a heavy hit from Novak back behind the play after he sent that puck down the ice. And it's going to be an icing call.
Well, Liggett so far has generated off the rush, and they've generated with some sustained pressure. Conversely, Country Day's chances have come predominantly off the rush. They've only had the 1 power play chance, but they'd like to get some sustained pressure against goalie Jacob.
You talked about how good their first line is. That second line, Frank Novak said they've been really big for us lately. We need a little assistance and push from them.
Well, it's a time of year that everybody knows who the stud players are on the other team. If you can get that second line, even third, fourth line, the secondary scoring becomes so important at playoff time. Who's going to be the unlikely, who's going to be the unsung hero? And it's the guys who've just quietly worked their tail off in practice all year.
Yep. Off a Liggett stick there on the shot attempt from Mason Gow, the junior D at the left point. Right in front of us. We're about, let's say we're about 8 feet from the glass here where we're at. Appreciate the hospitality here at Liggett. Slanik trying to get it back, unable to. Yellow Jackets have it. Looking for help. They find it back in behind the goal. Dylan Levin in there. Now Liggett sling it ahead for Marshall. Marshall unable to maintain possession of it. Slanik's got it. That stayed inside of the zone. Slanik gives it up right in front. Another good stop from Upshaw. Got the left pad on it. He's been big here in this second so far. No icing. Aller back to play it. He's pressured in there. Good job to get a little bit of room, enough to get that pass ahead for Marshall. Marshall one-on-one, gets in, dishes the puck off. In between the legs there was Gold. And we get a whistle. That net comes off again behind Bonner Upshaw.
Yeah, that net, the net's at either end, just not used to the size, 6'5", 210.
You're right.
Of the big goalie, Bonner Upshaw. Before that last rush, Nick Gold thought he was maybe guilty of overpassing. He leads his team in goals. He was dead center between the hash marks and dished off trying to get it to Marshall.
18 of them this season. He's got the 1 tonight. 10 assists now. This young man scored. Crozier in with Novak. Crozier tried to go to Novak. Novak got knocked down. The puck went in. And Country Day with 9:35 to go in the period on top 2-1.
Well, this line continues to do all the damage. It's a 2-on-3 situation. And rather, you know, the D that's guarding Novak took him right to the end boards. If you maybe stop net front where all the danger is, and the big rebound, nobody picked up. Number 9, Ryland Crozier, and he Potts the go-ahead goal.
Big one indeed. 2 in the game for him.
And he's got quick feet.
Oh, he sure does.
You see him moving up the ice. Those feet are dancing.
Yep.
So showing us the ability to make plays at speed.
Right up the middle onto the stick of Gary Stacey. Stacey charging in. Kicked away with that right pad in there by Bonner Upshaw. Schock plays it into space into the corner. Stacey tried to center it, was on the stick of the Country Day defender. Mason Gal brought it back up. Now it's back on the stick of Gary Stacey. Stacey, good low snapshot, tries to get the rebound. Got it over on that far side. Works it down low. He'll head to the bench. In below the goal line. Big hit delivered down there on Griffin, the defenseman. Griffin stays with it, tried to work it up top, and now Novak makes another play with his stick. Stays on side. Out there with Micah Zacks now. Number 10. Giving a rough ride down to the ice there, courtesy of Drew Johnson. Liggett now. Stapleton unable to gather that in at the line. 2-on-1 in there. They finish the check on the defenseman. Well wide of the mark. Johnson jumps down the wall, takes a bump down there from Hopkins. Yellow Jackets a little bit too hot on that pass up the wing. Unable to handle it was the winger. Battle for it over there, and it's finally sent in inside of the zone there by Cordaro. Country Day back out to center. Number 20 there, that's Alex Gold. Battle continues at the line. Bodies bunched up, puck free now, around to the far side. Drew Johnson works his way around a couple. Wants the pass back, didn't get it. Has it again. A bit unsettled here is Alex Gold with a shot that goes into the netting off the stick of Bonner Upshaw.
Liggett trying to get their forechecking going against this Country Day team. And one of the things that Country Day did this season, with just 3 seniors on the team, they took some of their best players, best athletes, and moved them from forward to defense. So Mason Gal, Mason Marcus, Thomas Watson, Michael Curas. And that has really helped the Yellow Jackets' ability to get the puck out of their own zone. Doesn't matter how good your forwards are, if you're hemmed in all the time and you can't get the puck to them, it's going to be a breakdown.
No, Frank told us, he said, when we started the year, we had one guy that played defense. That's quite a challenge for any team, but guy, you know, Todd Hartshee has played a big part in that and helping coach him up.
And the players usually like it because you're playing D, you're on the ice more. You're
That's
playing
right.
more.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yep. They all want to play. Aller back in behind the net, swept it around to the far side, waiting over there for it. Andrew Kubitz. They're working out to the line, making sure they're onside. They were off the left pad there of Bonner Upshaw once again. Been very busy here in this second period. Offside at the line. 6:13 remaining here in the second. A 2-1 lead for Country Day on the road. Both goals coming courtesy of Ryland Crozier, the senior forward.
And we've also got a tripping penalty to Landon Maltby. Liggett Knights have been very, very good on the PK this season, clicking at over 91%, which is
stellar.
A great standard by anyone's analytic measures.
Well, it's a big one for him here.
Yeah, you can just tell the way their goalie's playing and the way they're defending. Yellow Jackets feeling pretty good about themselves.
There's a good shot through a lot of traffic, too. Crozier in front. Also big number 10, Zach's in front, and they're around the net again. Crozier trying to stuff it, and he does! What an effort turned in from Ryland Crozier. He sticks it in for the natural hat trick on the road. Power play goal, it's 3-1.
Stay with it. Shot from the point. And Crozier had one whack at it. The goalie and D-man both were down trying to cover and block. And Crozier, with those quick feet we talked about, just jumped on the loose puck. Dog on a bone, quick wraparound, left shot, so he stayed on his forehand. And the Yellow Jackets 6-1-1 in their last 8 games.
Yeah.
Enjoy a 3-1 lead here against the team that's unbeaten in divisional play, the 6-0 University of Liggett Knights.
Yeah. So now Liggett facing an uphill climb here. Some adversity for them. At home. 6-0 win for them the first time these two clubs met. But a different story here so far with just under 6 minutes to play here in the middle period. Ton of chances here in the period for Liggett. But Bonner Upshaw has been a busy young man in that goal for Country Day. And he's been rock solid to this point. They try to redirect one in front. He, on cue, makes another stop.
And Crozier's power play goal has been mentioned, the natural hat trick.
The natty.
3 straight.
Yeah.
Assisted by number 17, Ryder Novak.
Yep.
And he's got assists on all 3 of the Crozier goals, and the second assist to number 18, Nico Marcus.
Yellow Jackets win the draw. They sweep it around. Off a skate and out. A little bit of pressure on the puck here. Good job getting in there by Tommy Denha. Tommy right down in front of us, sweeps it in. Schock trying to slip it ahead there for Nick Gold. He's got the Liggett goal here tonight. Slanik, big part of their club as well. Punched away with a blocker there by Upshaw. Bouncing puck now. Captain Drew Johnson worked it down low. A little bit of time in that corner over there for Schilling. Pressure though, Stacy in there, works it up the wall. Good job on the cycle. Trying to dance around one in there. They cycle it back again. Liggett turning, shooting. Marshall with a shot there. Good stick there from Country Day to get it out. Yellow Jackets, you can see the jump they've got. Off the stick of Marshall at center. Back into the attacking zone goes Liggett. Pass though off the mark, hopping around, and that's off one of the beams in here, low ceiling in here in this outstanding facility here at University Liggett High School here in Grosse Pointe.
I just continue to be impressed the way high school hockey continues to grow.
Yeah.
In the state of Michigan. It's not Minnesota-like.
Nothing is.
We hope that someday, I mean, they've got to figure it out in Minnesota.
They
where
do.
Kids grow up not wanting to be, in this case it would be a Red Wing. They grew up wanting to be a local high school star.
Yep.
With all the suburbs.
And wanting to play at the XL Energy Center in front of 20,000.
Yeah.
You and I've met a ton of those guys, and yeah, it's a dream, and it's pretty cool to see. I'm with you. I played high school hockey in this state, so it's near and dear to my heart.
And when you're in an organization at an institution like Liggett, you've got your own rink.
Here comes Novak in. Patient with that puck. Yeah, what an opportunity for these kids, the boys and the girls here at this school. I mean, both these schools, that really good institutions from top to bottom they are.
Practice after school, you're home by 7, 8 o'clock, do all the homework, none of this.
Yeah. Going to a rink that's an hour away.
Midweek game ends at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. Practicing at midnight. Colin Smith, the head coach. What a staff they've got, Freddie.
Yeah, to the left of him is Chris Corey, a youth hockey institution.
Yes, he is.
In Michigan, starting with the Little Caesars organization. They also have another young man on the bench who we called games for at the University of Michigan, Eric Werner.
Look out here. And guy that's not here tonight.
Guy that's not here.
Pretty popular.
Grindlinder, 4 cups. Kirk Maltby.
It's great stuff. Great to see all those guys involved. Icing called here with 2:40 to go, and Country Day with a 2-goal lead here. Ryland Crozier with a hattie. And you get a look at Frank Novak and Country Day, a couple of titles for Frank, 15th season, 18 and 19. They went back to back, and you mentioned it earlier, he has a young team, and he said to us at the start of the year, he had no idea what he was going to have with his team. And you talked about the guys that have transformed and went from forward back to D, and it was a bit of a challenge for this team, but right now they've got it figured out. They got her going here.
Best part about young teams sometimes is they don't know enough to know what they don't know.
That's right. You're right.
And they just go out and get the job done.
Yep.
That's what they're doing tonight.
They really are. 2:15 to go here in the middle period of play. Got a whistle here. Looks like a penalty coming up here on Country Day. Making his way to the sin bin is Ryland Crozier.
One way to stop him.
Yep. Here's a look at what he did. Hook, hold. What do you think?
Yeah, infraction down in the corner. He left his feet.
So with 2:15 to go in the period, this is a massive power play here for Liggett.
Kind of like same situation we were in the first.
Yeah.
When Country Day did not want to go down 2-0. Killed a penalty. Not only did that, then they scored shortly after, and we're on the power play to start the second period. So, yeah, a huge, huge power play for the Knights.
See what they can do with it. Plenty of firepower. With some speed, here they come now. Slanik blows through center, but he had it knocked off his stick. Good work back there. Mason Gall, he's made a couple of nice defensive plays in this game. Slanik hard into the half wall over there. Now Marshall gets free. Had a good look, and he missed the net. I think he had Upshaw beat there, and he just missed it. Liggett up top to the captain. Nick Gold trying to go cross ice, and a bad bounce, and it comes out to center.
Usually Crozier would be out there first on the PK, but he's in the box, so it's Novak and Zachs up front.
Yep. Marshall with it. One-on-one, gets free, turns, easy stop for Upshaw. Gonna have to get this big young man in the net moving to beat him. Backdoor play, whatever. Just so big, and if he's seeing it, you said it earlier, he's gonna stop it, and he has so far tonight. 25 to go in the power play. 35 now in the period. Not much here for Liggett thus far. Good move from Stacy. Gets looks. Every time he's out there, still got it. Patient. Up top, 25 to go in the period. That one up high and didn't miss by much. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Gary Stacy. Crozier's a free man. He's back onto the ice. They wanted to get it ahead to him. He was trying to sneak in behind. Now he's going to go after it here. But it's an icing call.
Well, one of the things I've noticed about Bonner Upshaw, usually when the other team's on a power play, the goalie has to crouch to see through legs and skates like a 6-foot goalie.
Yep.
He's able to stand erect, and obviously before you stop the puck, you have to locate the puck.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier for a big man such as Upshaw is at 6'5" to do. And that last penalty kill, he had no problem locating where the puck's coming from.
At what point, or maybe you're at the point, as this period's going to come to an end, does he start getting inside of your head? I mean, he dominated in that second period.
Well, and at this level, you wonder if the players are savvy enough to be able to have that patience and wait for him to move and make him move and then get it across or shoot to where he's moving from. I don't know. It's we'll have to wait and see. But the youngster from Country Day has certainly been a storyline in this game, along with Crozier, who's got all 3 goals for his team.
The Natty Hattie. Rylan Crozier had 1 in the opening period. He tied the game after Nick Gold put Liggett on top, but then in the second, 2 more from Crozier to give his team a 3-1 lead after 2 periods.
And just one more note on Upshot, 19 second period saves.
Wow. There you go. I knew it would be a high number, and that was indeed, that's a game for some guys. So after 2, it's a 3-1 lead for the visitors, Detroit Country Day. A lot of sponsors involved here at the Prep and making all the broadcasts possible. PGS Dentistry, reach out to them online or on social media. I'm sure you can find them out there. They'll take good care of you and take care of those teeth. You got to do that. Got to have good looking teeth and good dental care. And Evolutionary Management, construction and property management firm that services Grosse Pointe and the Metro Detroit area. They're licensed, they're insured. Go to getevolutionary.com for more information. And local travel baseball club, the Michigan Knights. They train right here out of University Liggett School. The Knights provide first-class coaching and facilities to help young players reach their full potential on and off the field. And there in the bottom, you can find them through email. You can find them on Twitter at Knights Michigan and on Facebook as well. Check them out if you're in the market for some baseball training and looking to develop your game. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll hear from the head coach of Liggett, Colin Smith. Had a chance to catch up with him pregame. We'll get his thoughts. You'll hear about his team and some of his players after this on the Prep.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Here in our intermission, rolling on here, and joined now by the head coach of Liggett, Colin Smith. Colin, first of all, thanks for the hospitality. What a beautiful venue that your boys and your girls have. This is awesome. This has got to be a thrill every time you get to come in here and coach your guys.
Yeah, I tell the boys that they don't know how spoiled they are to have what we have here, where it's obviously a luxury to have your own rink, but to be able to skate 5 days a week and use it to have the accessibility all the time is second to none. I think we're only one of 3 rinks or schools in the state with one rink. So.
Yeah, I mean, St. Mary's has one. I know that's another one.
Brook, I think, is the other one, and then I don't know of one after that.
That's tremendous for your boys and your girls that are going on behind us now. Let's talk about your team, though. Coming in with 14 wins. You got a really good club this year. What's been the key? Let's start with, first of all, overall as a team. What do you feel has been the key of this group kind of coming together this year and having the year they're having?
It's definitely our team chemistry. We have a lot of boys that have played together, I think, since they were 6 or 7 years old. So the chemistry's been there, and the other boys have bought in. We're definitely our speed is our biggest strength. So when we're buzzing on the forward check and hunting pucks on the back check, that's when we're playing our best hockey.
The old adage in hockey, it starts from the net out. You got a pretty good goalie in Ben Weirman. You call him the Worm, you told us. Talk about him and what you've seen from him. What's he been giving you night in, night out when you played him?
Benny is as solid as they come. He's been a 4-year varsity hockey player, kind of waiting in the wings. And last year, he really kind of turned a corner where me and a couple of my assistant coaches were like, I don't know, man. Benny might be your number one. And he's definitely fulfilled the role this year. Can't say enough about him as a hockey player and as a person. He's an absolute brainiac. So he kind of, you can see he's very methodical in the net, and I think it translates into his game quite a bit.
Let's go layer by layer here. Let's go to the D-Corps. Who are the guys that you've counted on this year and you're hoping are going to continue to do that? The playoffs aren't far off. Who have been the key guys in the D-Corps?
Our captain, Andrew Johnson's definitely been one of them. Probably our most sound player. Another smart kid, intelligent, mature. A couple of the other kids that have played together for a while too. Austin Aller right here. Blake Schock have really stepped up. Blake Schock is one of those defenders who does everything you ask and sacrifices his body, plays in every aspect of the game, and we're leaning on those guys a lot towards the end here.
Good stuff. You got to have them. Up front, you got a few guys you can pick from. We talked with you the other day. Nick Gold was a guy that came up a lot. He's got 17, I believe, coming into this game tonight. Gary Stacy's another guy. We talked about him, too. Those guys, and I know there's other players in that forward group that have really been vital for you at different times, I presume, throughout the year, right?
Yeah, correct. Nick's been solid all year. He's scored big goals. I want to say he's got 5 or 6 game winners this year. Like you said, Gary Stacy, I've been on him a lot this year, and he really seems to be playing his old style, and it's paying dividends for him because I think he's got the most points in the last 5 games for us. So he's coming into his own. He's a multi-sport athlete, tears it up on the football field too. Nick Gold's line of Griffin, Marshall, and Luke Slanik has been huge for us. They all have their own little niche that they bring to their line, and they're best friends off the ice. So that goes a long way too.
What do you get the most joy out of coaching this group?
Coming into the locker room every day. Yeah. It's so fun. Like I said, I've had a lot of them since they were little kids. So I've watched them grow up from little enthusiastic young boys running around to a bunch of young men now. And it's funny, they were all, up to my waist at one point. Now I'm looking up at all of them. So it makes it fun. The whole growing together has been probably the best part about being the coach.
That's great, and that's so big as you guys, again, the playoffs start here in a week, right? They're getting going quick. So that's the goal every team has in high school hockey in this state. I believe it's been since 2012 since Liggett's won one. So what do you really zero it in on here the rest of the season and as you guys get ready to go into the playoff run?
It all starts in practice, having high intensity practice, having them compete almost to the point where they're a little ticked off at each other and screaming at each other, yelling at each other. It seems like after the practice, we really battle. We play our best hockey. So I'm hoping that that's the way we go into the playoffs.
Terrific. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for the hospitality.
Thank you for doing this for us. This is awesome.
Yeah, we're happy to do as many as you want moving forward.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
So, thanks a lot. Colin Smith, head coach of University Liggett. Appreciate Colin's time and all their hospitality here for this game here tonight on the Prep. We'll come back after a timeout with more from Grosse Pointe.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, hit me up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
And welcome back as we pay tribute to the sponsors that make this happen. Smokey G's Smokehouse on Atwater Street in the D. And if you love barbecue, Smokey G's, the place to check out for certain.
I will back you up on that firsthand, my friend. It is outstanding stuff. Village Nutrition can fuel your day with healthier choices. Check them out online on social media. Village Nutrition, fuel your day with healthier choices.
And A1 Performance and Fitness, fuel your day. And once you're fueled up, you want to burn those calories off the right way at A1 Performance and Fitness. Everything for your sports, fitness, and performance needs. A1 Performance and Fitness on Mac Ave in Detroit.
All right, well, a busy second period, Fred. The key moving pictures, and a big part of it, the big young goaltender, Bonner Upshaw.
Bonner Upshaw on the night has made 35 saves. And there's Ryland Crozier stepping in. And this is Big Stacy, another shot, and just nowhere, no holes, it appears. 2-on-1, just missed. And once again, that was a chance goal. Thought he should have maybe dished off. But here comes the goal. Crozier going to the net. Knows for the rebound, finds it, and puts his team ahead later. Would add another one for the natural hat trick. We're going to get a look at it right here. This is on the power play. Little wraparound and tuck. And the power play leads to the 3-1 lead off a stick. And before the goalie can get across, little forehand wrap and tuck. And the Yellow Jackets will bring a 3-1 lead into the third period.
The natural hat trick indeed for Crozier, a massive period, and 3-1 indeed the score. After two, we'll take a break, come back, and get the third period underway. You're watching high school hockey here on the Prep.
Today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Welcome back inside of McCann Arena here at University Liggett School. And if you need any realty needs, you can reach out to Kathleen Ciccarella at 586-907-1140. She's in Romeo, W.C. Collins Realty.
And Doc's Grill House, where great times are a sure thing. Jefferson Ave, St. Clair Shores, on the Great Lakes. Great times are a sure thing.
Indeed they are. And one of our other great sponsors here on production here from Liggett, Growing Smiles, Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Check them out online or on social media. Growing Smiles, Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Ben Holden, Fred Pletch, all of our crew here, and appreciate you tuning in wherever you might be watching tonight here on the Prep on their YouTube channel. All kinds of great stuff going on. Basketball playoffs coming up, hockey here tonight. And the crowd, the Liggett faithful getting into it here. Their team haven't been in this position much at all this season. On home ice, down by 2, starting the third, but that's where we are here tonight.
Real simple story so far. Nick Gould with his league-leading 18th to get Country Day started. And then that man right there, Connor Upshaw, that was his 37th save of the night. Shots on goal in the first period were 9-5 for Liggett, and then 28 shots to 8 in that second period. So
wow,
Connor Upshaw, or Bonner Upshaw, has been outstanding, and Ryland Crozier with all 3 goals for the visiting Yellow Jackets.
Broadcast here on the Prep, they always present the G of the game, and there's a chance in tight. There's another chance and another opportunity, but they can't get the shot away, and that net comes off. And Liggett not happy about that. That's happened a handful of times here. To finish that thought right now, the leading candidates for that G of the game, brought to you by G Brand USA, the big man in between the pipes and Ryland Crozier, but a lot of game to be played here. You said earlier, I believe you said, that Ryder Novak is in on all 3 goals, and here he goes, dashing up the ice, gets inside, gets a chance, and he scores! What an effort from Novak! Ryder Novak, a man on a mission, and in the opening minute, he puts his team on top by 3, 4-1.
Well, Ryder Novak brings grit to every shift, and he just blows around the defenseman and is able to maintain his poise on the forehand. Great puck protection, great finish, and a 4-1 lead in the first couple of minutes here of period number 3.
What a performance from him tonight. A 4-point night here, and a 3-goal lead on the road here. The mountain is high that Liggett's got to climb here, and you better be smart with a puck at this stage of the game. And they got to find a way, Fred, to somehow beat Bonner Upshaw, which has been very difficult to do, except for Nick Gould early on in the opening period. Pounded back in deep by Liggett. Griffin jumps down into the corner, took a shot in there, puck free, knocked out of there by Country Day. Gary Stacy wraps it in deep. Landon Maltby using the body to shield the pressure there from behind.
If you're wondering, can a goalie get into an opposing team's heads that quickly? I would say yes with 28 second period shots.
I would agree with you. I think that's what's happened in this game. I really do. Country Day coming at him again. On the puck is Sawyer Schilling. Gary Stacy. This young man can play. Had plenty of chances, a handful in that second period. Now Riley in deep with it. Takes a look, feeds the line. Good stick to deflect that away there. Nicely done there by Dylan Levan. And there's a stop with the trapper. Bonner Upshaw's got it.
Well, again, the analytics will tell you if a goalie is not screened, his probability of stopping the puck is greatly enhanced. In the last couple of shots, you can see them trying to go high glove under the blocker, but there's not a lot of room up there on the big guys. I'd say keep the shots low and look for tips, redirects low in front.
Yep. It's about the only way it looks like you're going to beat him at this stage of the game. And that one goes in, or throw it off the glass. Off the glass, and it pinballs in. And a massive response here for Liggett. They get it back to a 2-goal game.
Yeah, that's one way of taking the goalie's eyes away.
Sports Center top 10.
Off the glass. You got him right in the number. Right in the middle of the number.
Well, that's one way to get him to not be able to see the puck, right? Wow, what a play. What a play. Now a 2-goal game. Slows that one up. Massive goal there. Alex Gold, the Liggett player that fired it in off the glass and off the back of Bonner Upshaw to get it back to a much more manageable game here. A 2-goal game at 4-2. 2:56 into period 3.
As Alex Gold gets his 5th of the season. Brother Nick had number 18, so just 2 names scoring the goals tonight. The Golds, the brothers with 1, and Ryland Crozier with 3, and Novak, I guess, will add a 3rd name.
Yep. The brothers Gold carrying the offense thus far. Novak in the corner, chips it, chops it down low. In behind the goaltender, Graham Jacob. Now Liggett. Pass did not connect. Country Day getting to it first, getting it back in with Zachs. Forcing Johnson back in behind the goaltender. Puck turned over. Country Day will use the glass, work it through center. Sent the link by Zachs, and he'll go for a change. Pass up the right wing side. Gary Stacy had it, lost it, came free onto the stick there of Tommy Denna. In deep, Yellow Jackets get to it first. Good job to keep that in at that left point. Excellent stick over there by number 11. That's a penalty coming up here, and Liggett, Gary Stacy right to the referee. That's not going to make it easier for them in any way.
As they rough up the sophomore, Tommy Denna, who had a couple of gills on Saturday in a 4-2 victory by Country Day over Saginaw Heritage, one of the sophomores on this team, but a good one. 9 goals, 16 points on the season coming in. And now the big line comes out on the power play, trying to restore the Yellow Jackets' 3-goal lead.
4 forwards out there for him. Gonna toss out the Liggett player. Nick Gold will come in to take the draw here against Ryland Crozier. They win it back up top. Wristed in, track, turning, shot deflected. Crozier, soft little touch up, gets it back in the half wall. Now to Novak. Novak through a lot of traffic. Hit the D in front. That was Aller, I believe, in there that hit and knocked it down. It was up high on him at the line. Nick Gold. Gold works in there, flipped it in behind the goal, was watched by Schilling. Now Novak, we saw him earlier with that 4th goal, went end-to-end, one-on-one play. takes matters into his own hands there with a shot. Unsettled here on this power play, but they score again! Tommy Denha puts it home, and it's back to a 3-goal game. It's 5-2 Yellow Jackets.
Well, no matter the level, you go on the road, you want to pack your goaltending, pack your special teams. Second power play goal of the night for the Yellow Jackets against a Liggett team that is over 90% in the PK this year. So the power play clicking with a pair, and the goaltending has been spectacular, the last goal notwithstanding.
There's a penalty. That's one you just can't take. You just can't do it. The ref's right there. You're in the corner. You're behind him. A dangerous play, and Landon Maltby's going to sit for 2 or less for the second time in this game. Here's a look at that.
Yeah, cross check, arm extension, 10 feet away from the referee. Easy call, and the #1 power play unit climbs right back over the boards for Country Day. They'll put Denha, who just scored the goal, now 3 goals in his last 2 games. He moves up front, and Ryder Novak, who sees the game so well, real cerebral mind for the game, he drops back to play the right point and orchestrate from there.
Inside of 12 minutes to play here in the hockey game. Yellow Jackets, as Fred mentioned, just struck on the man advantage. Now Novak's got it, carries in with speed, shoots, and held on to, and then released. Now it's loose in front. Mad scramble. Yellow Jackets trying to get one through. And a really good job there getting down to the ice by Cordaro, trying to do whatever he could to get that puck and block it.
Looked on first blush that Graham Jacob had the puck covered.
Did.
Then it got kicked back out. The mad scramble ensued. Denha's there. Novak had moved up from the point position. Crozier and Zaks.
Clean win by Country Day. Novak. Good look into the circle. They get a good chance down there. They get it right back. 1:20 to go in the power play. Plenty of time to work with. Crozier up top with it. And that puck was on edge, and Novak's got to come out and reset. Banks it ahead. Denha gets by one, doesn't get by the second. Liggett trying to chop it out. They can't. Novak. Denha shooting off a skate. Liggett trying to work this puck out. They started back there with Drew Johnson. They get it out to center with under 50 to go in the power play for Country Day. Tommy Denha still has it. Some open ice. Crozier lays it back, puts it on the stick of Kurlik, big number 11. Good hockey name, Steel Kurlik. Second group out there now on the power play here. Final 15 seconds of it. Kurlik shoots off a skate. Haller down on the ice on his knees, could not clear it out. Kurlik once again, right side. In deep it goes. Penalties over. Maltby's the free man. Back to 5-on-5 with 9:50 to go in the game. 3-goal lead for the team in blue here on the road. What a performance they put on to this point. Here comes Stapleton with a shot. Easy stop there for Bonner Upshaw. Wrapped around and out through center it goes. Alex Gold will stride back to get it. Off the mark. Coming back inside of the Liggett end. An icing call with 9:19 to play.
Now you can see Bonner Upshaw with that NHL Andrei Vasilevsky type size. When he drops to the butterfly, he's covering up top just under the crossbar too. So Colin Smith lots of time left in this game, 9:19. They've got an explosive offense.
They do.
So don't change your game much yet, except when you get down below the hash marks. You got to make something to make the big guy move or take his eyes away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But penalties have really changed the complexion of this game.
Yep.
And discipline's so important. You see, you don't mind some penalties, but when you're constantly taking penalties in the offensive zone,
yep, that's
something that the coaching staff is going to remind you of for certain.
Yeah, I think the one Maltby took was, to me, that was just a penalty out of frustration. And if anyone knows better, it's him. Not all on him, but in that case, I think it was. Got another penalty coming here. It's going to be a hook. And it's on Country Day. So Liggett here, they get the opportunity here with just under 9 to go. Down 3, they'll go to the power play.
So getting close to must score in terms of special teams performance. If you don't score, at least make sure you've got lots of momentum generated, so when the Country Day player comes out of the box, the pressure is still on them.
Up top, they go to work here. Slanik. Watched by Crozier. Slanik gets free and right into the trapper once again of Upshaw.
Yeah, everything operates from the left side on this Liggett power play. They'll try the give and go with the goal line net front person. If both of those are taken away, they'll try the seam pass for the one time on the weak side.
Sent down there by captain of this Country Day squad, Ryder Novak. Back in comes Liggett on the attack now. 125 and counting. Novak trying to get this puck and get in behind him again. He's got help with him. Novak sends it on, looking for the guy with a hattie in this game. Crozier, smart play, gets it back in deep for Country Day.
And Novak knew he had to get that pass there with some authority. There's no way a little sauce is going to do it. He had to get it there. He tried. It was the right play. Very smart player is Ryder Novak.
Yeah, you can see the instincts clearly in his game. Marshall with it below the goal line. Is he thinking about banking it? Thought maybe for a minute he might. See a lot of goals scored that way. We saw that crazy one earlier. There's a low shot, rebounds there, and they get it. Cordaro gets it and slips it between the open legs of Upshaw. The power play goal. We're back to a 2-goal game. It's 5-3.
And there's the first shot. Second shot is stopped. But then the rebound there a second time for Cordaro. There's the initial shot, second shot. Gould was trying to bang it in. And there Cordaro arrives on the scene. A power play goal and a 2-goal game with 7:38 to go now. Good power play execution, good zone entry, and really hunting pucks. If there's a shot or a rebound and a loose puck, and Liggett was all over it.
Shock shot on the blocker side, about a foot off the mark. Puck into the Country Day bench. Just over 7 minutes to play.
And that's the cue, you would think, for a momentum push by the Liggett Knights, who once again came into this game perfect in Metro East divisional play with a 6-0-0 record that included a 6-0 victory over their opposition tonight, Country Day, back on January 10th.
Quick shot there off the draw. You saw there all the ways you can follow the Prep. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, every social media channel out there. You can check out highlights, full games, and reach out, contact if you want to have one of your games broadcast on the Prep. Going high glove on that shot. Pass ahead, looking in the neutral zone for Drake Griffin. Yellow Jackets get to it, get it in deep. That was Mason Marcus that sent it in. Top defenseman back there. Race for it here. Marcus in there. Stacy pressuring, too deep. Back through center. Aller strides back, but it's an icing call coming back for an ozone draw here for Liggett.
Well, the last time these teams met, if you were with us off the top, Country Day did not have Ryder Novak, who, by my estimation now, has a goal and 2 assists, not 3.
All right.
But still, we've just seen how important he is to this offense of Country Day. He's dynamic, and he's a catalyst for this team. Big hit in front of us. Kubitz is a big lad.
Yes, he is. Michael Kuris got the worst of that, but hopped right back up. Heavy hit indeed by Kubitz, who goes 6'4" and 190 now. Novak, they're slow to get up.
Yeah, Slanik.
Yeah.
Hammered right into him.
There was the hit in front of you and I. To be honest, I did not see what happened on the play with Novak.
So that was earlier, the hit on Kuris.
It was.
That was right in front of us, and then another power play chance for Country Day. And they could really go a long way towards walking out of here with the W, with a goal here.
Up by 2 here with now inside of 6 to play in the third. Novak down the wall. Denha with a shot. He scores again. He put it toward the net, and they cash in 13 seconds into the power play, and the lead once again is 3.
Well, in Scouts terms, he's got a sneaky release. That's Tommy Denha. Takes it off the wall from Novak, uses the defenseman as a screen right between the legs, and the goalie not set. And Tommy Denha, who scored twice on Saturday, is feeling it.
Twice on Tuesday.
And twice on Tuesday. 3 power play goals.
That's impressive. 6-3 game now. Impressive showing for this Country Day team. Red hot. 6 wins and just 1 loss, a tie in their last 8. 9-13 with 1 tie on the season against the top team in the Metro in the East Division. Schilling takes it, head up, takes a look, finds the line and flips it in. Liggett captain now forced back. That's Drew Johnson. If you're Liggett, Fred, do you get the goalie out? Do you just try to get one here in the next minute or 2 and then pull him? What's your strategy?
Well, if you're Rand Pecknold of Quinnipiac University, your goalie would be on the bench now. He's got it all figured out by the numbers, and I don't think it's a bad idea. Get your top line rested, ready to go. Get your power play unit ready. And gain possession and try and work it down low against Big Bonner Upshaw.
Were you referring back to the Michigan game? Didn't he do that against Michigan in the tournament a couple of years ago?
He did, but he'll regularly pull his goalie with 8 minutes to go. If they're down by 2 or 3, they go on the power play. It's automatic.
Jeff Jackson in his days at Lake Superior did that a ton. I'm sure Frank Novak, if he hears this, he'll remember it. He probably played against it.
And Jeff learned it from Frank Anzalone.
Yeah, I would seriously consider it at this point. You're down to 4:15. And here they come with speed. We'll keep our eyes on the goaltender, Graham Jacob. Here they come right in, and Upshaw's got another stop, man. He is having himself a night.
Just nothing in terms of holes or net behind the goaltender. Bonner Upshaw.
Down to 4 minutes. We look to our right. The goaltender, Graham Jacobs, still in the net for Liggett. Country Day, they possess the puck here. Novak into space. It's an icing call. 3:44 to play. No indication whatsoever. Watching the bench, and the goalie does not appear there in any rush to pull Graham Jacob here. Big draw here for Slanik. Wins it cleanly. Sticked away there by Upshaw. Now Country Day, good job by them getting a stick on that. Was Dylan Levan. Now Aller reverses, some room on that right side. Hit Aller again. Nifty little play there with the stick to get it ahead. Knocked down by Sawyer Schilling, and stepping up to help out there's Mason Marcus back inside the Liggett end. Nearing 3 to play here in regulation time here in the third period. Now here's a jump now, chance for him right in. Another stop from Upshaw. Beautiful stop there from Upshaw as he got Luke Slanik.
Slanik doing a good job of protecting the puck as he turns backhand to forehand. But you look up and you know you have to get it upstairs, and you have to get it upstairs in a hurry. And Slanik just ran out of room against Upshaw.
Right off the draw, Nick Gold, good look from him. Inside of 3 to play now. 6-3 Country Day on top. Half their goals coming on the power play. Half have come from Ryland Crozier. Doug Free. And now out of play. It deflects out at the end of the Country Day bench.
Well, you and I watched a game last Friday night in the college ranks where young man from South Lyon, Michigan, Cameron Corbin, made 20 saves in the second period. And his team won, Michigan at Michigan State. And Bonner Upshaw has upped those numbers, 28 saves in the second period. And he's going to be close to 50 on the night.
Oh, yeah. So that brings up the question. Tease this a little bit earlier, which you're going to decide who gets the G of the game.
I'm going to decide?
You're going to decide. You decide. So we'll just tease you with that. Unless this game dramatically changes, it's going to be somebody from the Country Day side. Is it going to be the goalie? Will it be Crozier? Could it be Novak? Fred will tell us once the game's over. Played up the right wing side. They carried in towards the net, and it's covered up and held by Graham Jacob.
Well, I'm a big fan of hat tricks, Ben.
Yep.
Big fan of natural hat tricks. Will be the first to throw my hat on the ice. But Country Day is not in the position they're in without Bonner Upshaw.
Fair enough. Not going to get an argument from me. Sterling performance he's turned in. Those 28 in the second. Difference in this game right now. Covered up again. Face-off coming up to the right of the goaltender, Graham Jacob. With exactly 2 minutes to go in this hockey game and a 3-goal lead for the team in blue.
But isn't that what hockey's all about? You could pick Upshaw, you could pick Crozier, you could pick Novak.
Yep.
There's no wrong answer.
No, there's not. Do we have 3 hats, guys? Liggett now in their own end. Running out of time here. Here they come from the right. Missed it right along the ice. Stapleton couldn't get it. Yellow Jackets pass off the mark there for Harry Spencer. He battles away. Came free, knocked out of there by Schilling. From the back end, snapped in there by Mason Marcus. Interesting, Frank Novak said he's our top defenseman. He's one of those guys that was a forward and converted his game and sacrificed playing up front to help the team in the long run, and he's been a really good player for him tonight.
Rylan Crozier with a hat trick. He's a senior. Ryder Novak with a goal and 3 assists. He's a senior.
Wow.
And the big guy in goal, Bonner Upshaw, is a junior, I believe. They've got him for another year.
Yeah, lucky them. Under a minute to go now in the hockey game. Chip free, Gary Stacey now for Liggett. Yellow Jackets coming back. Stacey wide, centers it, could not connect there with Drake Griffin. Loose now, glass and out. Aller unable to gather that puck. Slanik in his own zone, plays it back for Aller under half a minute to go now in the game. Slanik's had plenty of chances in this game. Can't do anything with it here. Yellow Jackets work it up and they work it out and down, but it'll be an icing here with 14.8 to go in the game.
Well, it was a good start for the Liggett Knights. Got the early goal.
Yep.
Went on the power play. I think the penalty kill by Country Day late in the first period really was a momentum swinging moment. Killed off the penalty. Seconds later they scored. Here they go.
Now comes the goalie, sends it ahead for Slanik. I'm with you on that one. I think you're spot on with that. And it's going to be Detroit Country Day in their last 9 games, 7-1-1. A 3-goal win on the road, backstopped by Bonner Upshaw, offensively led by Rylan Crozier, led by Ryder Novak, and led by Tommy Denha. What a performance for them in a 6-3 win on the road.
Yeah, Denha, the sophomore, with 2 goals in the third period. Rylan Crozier with a natural hat trick to get them started. Ryder Novak was simply sensational, controlling the play. And you can't not say enough about Bonner Upshaw, who's first in the handshake line. And what a performance the junior netminder put in.
Well, you're going to talk with him because he's going to be our G of the game. So Fred will make his way down to talk to the big junior. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and have our G of the game. Look back at some of the key moments in the hockey game. A big win for Detroit Country Day, 7-1-1 in their last 9 games. 6-3 the final. We'll take a timeout, come back right after this.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation, no.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
And back with the Georg player of the game, and that is Bonner Upshaw of Country Day. 48 saves. Bonner, tell us about the game from your perspective.
Well, it was a little shaky at first. Had a couple incidents there. Went to the bench when we didn't have a penalty. Talked to my coach after the first period, and we settled it down. And once I settled down, I was able to just keep seeing the puck over and over again, and I felt like that's what powered my game tonight.
Well, do you want to put the G of the game hat on? And I know you might not want to sweat it up.
Oh, that's all right.
But, this is a team game. So let's talk about some of the other guys. You face them every day in practice. Rylan Crozier had the hat trick to start.
Yeah, Rylan Crozier, he's a hell of a player. Came last year as a junior. He's now a senior. It's been tremendous for us. Another player, Ryder Novak. That kid gives it at every practice, every game. He doesn't know another gear but 100. And one of our players, Tommy Denha. Man, oh man, has he been a terror lately.
So you're 6'5", your dad was just here 6'10", so you're not the tallest in the family, but we know you like hockey, you love lacrosse.
Yes. Yeah, lacrosse has always kind of been my first passion, but I've always loved hockey as well. I just love competing in anything. Any sport I play in, I'm a competitor. I just love competing to my fullest.
Well, regardless of what league you're in, the NHL, Michigan high school, you want to be playing your best hockey of the season at this time of year. You guys are doing that, aren't you?
Oh yeah, the last couple of games have been pretty well. I mean, playing, like they say, you got to play good at the right time, and as of lately we have, and right now I don't know if I even want to play us in the playoffs. We've been rolling.
I don't think anybody wants to play you at your size, 6'5", and over 200 pounds. 48 saves tonight, career high, I'm thinking.
Yep, that was career high. But I couldn't know without the guys in front of me. They were able to keep the guys out in front, helped me a lot, and I'm just doing my part playing goalie.
Well, we were joking before, I think, the second goal. You got to take his eyes away. One way to take your eyes away, I guess, is bank it off the glass and onto the back of your jersey, huh?
Yeah, that was an interesting goal. Looking back now, I maybe wasn't in the greatest position, but, bad bounces happen, and all you can do is look forward, forget about the past.
Well, and your dad, a professional athlete, so he has to have given you great counsel over the years, especially as a goalie. It's not about what just happened. Focus on what's next.
Yes. Yeah, my dad, I love him. He's been there for everything for me. From when I was little, he's always taking me in the car rides to the rink when maybe I didn't want to go, or late night games when just talking on the way home, me and him. I love him, and I wouldn't be here without him.
6-3 victory, including 48 saves for Bonner Upshaw, our player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for doing that. 6-3 final. Country Day beats the Liggett Knights.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Well, we're back here at McCann Arena, Grosse Pointe University Liggett School here, and the road team with a massive win tonight, Fred, 6-3. You just had the interview with our G-Brand USAG, the game, Bonner Upshaw. What a well-spoken young man, and what a performance he turned in tonight. 48 stops. He had 28 in the second period. The difference in this game for his team really kept his team in a position where they got the lead. They played with a lead for the majority of the game from the second period on, and they get a big offensive night from a couple of their stars. They're two real offensive stars, Crozier and Novak up front.
Yeah, the big players came to play tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Those 48 saves, Rylan Crozier with a natural hat trick to get them going. They never looked back. Ryder Novak with a goal and 3 assists. He's their offensive catalyst. And the young sophomore Denha with a couple of goals in the third period.
Yep, they were all great. Let's take a look back at some of the key moving pictures in the hockey game. And we start here with Country Day on the attack.
Yeah, that's a Ryder Novak goal, I believe. Just muscling his way to the net despite losing his skates, coming out from underneath him, still having the focus to be able to put the puck in, and that is some of the work of Bonner Upshaw. And like the good ones do, he could laugh that one away, a bit of a fluky one, and then Denha with a couple in period number 3. And Bonner Upshaw did the rest. 48 saves for the junior. And I'm with you. You know, if they get goaltending like that, if their top performers continue to play, it is going to be a Country Day team that will be a difficult matchup come playoff time. And for the Liggett Knights, you can tell they've got a good team.
They do.
They have to maybe be a little more disciplined in their next outing, but they have all the ingredients for postseason success as well.
I'm with Bonner Upshaw. I loved what he said to you. I don't think I'd want to play us. And it reminds me of situation, we had a game with Cranbrook on last year, I believe it was, and Garrett Dudler, who's built about the same as Upshaw, and they went on to win the state championship. He had a massive game, a game at Orchard Lake. They won. I think he stopped 50 shots in that game, close to what Upshaw did tonight. Who knows? This is a team that, as you pointed out so well, and we've talked about all night, you get goaltending like that, and you've got the offensive guys to go with, and the system and the way they play with heart and passion and desire. You never know. They might win the state championship. Frank Novak's got 2. They won them in 18 and 19. Fred, that was fun. Thanks to all of our crew. We enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast here on the Prep YouTube channel. Ben Holden saying thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on the Prep. More high school hockey. Lots of basketball coming your way throughout the remainder of the winter. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for watching here from Grosse Pointe.